My name is Shona McClenaghan. I am joint CEO of Inishowen Development Partnership, and I am also the host, I suppose. We're the host organisation for ISEN, Inishowen Social Enterprise Network. Inishowen Development Partnership is one of 49 local development companies across the Republic of Ireland. We have been established since 1996. We run approximately 14 programmes across a range of areas, and our mission really is about promoting people, place and progress. And we do that in the way of collaborating, connecting and coordinating conversations, listening to people, encouraging interaction, encouraging the development of best practice, but always using a community development approach.
We're in the business of community development, so therefore we must be rooted in the community. The social enterprise model allows us to harness the skills and passion and commitment of community members to deliver a service and facilities that wouldn't or may not always be provided.
What's really important to us is working for the good of our whole community, but doing so in a way that is self-sustaining.
Well, social enterprise is to help all the social groups that's in this area, and it probably, without the assistance of government funding, would not be able to sustain the employees that it has here.
I think because the community is at the heart of the museum, and it's about the culture and heritage of the area, that a social enterprise kind of embodies the ethos of all of that, of connecting to community.
It's important to the Sleeve Snack Centre that we're a social enterprise because it allows us to generate income from some activities and then use it for other activities that we think are important but that wouldn't be financially viable to run on their own.
The social enterprise business model, I think, is particularly important to rural communities like ourselves because it gives our community a sense of identity.
I don't think we'd exist if we weren't a social enterprise. If it wasn't for the whole makeup of a social enterprise, a project like this would never have got off the ground.
For me, the secret of a successful social enterprise is being very clear on your mission, being very committed and passionate about your purpose. It's deeply embedded in your community and in the target group, as we say in jargon, the target group that you're set up for. ISEN stands for Inishowen Social Enterprise Network. It's a network that we established some time back, a couple of years ago, but I suppose it really came into the fore during COVID. So it's a place of collaboration and connection. It's where we offer an opportunity for promoting best practice. We've also had collective training there, so it's collective action is part of that as well. And really it has been a peer support network for the social enterprises across Inishowen.
So we support youth clubs, we support Irish dance and children's music and active elderly activities that really wouldn't be financially viable to run as separate activities. So the social enterprise aspect, we generate money in one area and then we use it to support activities in another.
I suppose we are like a stepping stone for people who are maybe falling outside of all of other programs that are being run, and it's about finding those people first and encouraging them to step forward out of isolation and
feeling a sense of inclusion whenever they're here.
Yeah, and acceptance and build confidence in what they're doing.
Yeah, because it's all about community, about connecting with community, about celebrating and preserving and protecting the local heritage and culture of the area, which is inherently the community.
Our impact centres around improving mental health, ensuring social inclusion and bringing economic benefit to our local area. We have repurposed 9 vacant units here in this town. We have created an awful lot of employment and we reinvest any profits that we make back into our services so that as much money as possible stays locally.
Well, there's over 100,000 people visit the site every year. So that is commercial benefits to like of retails, shops, hotels, that type of thing. It's not only us that employ people on the site here. Because we're a social enterprise, we have other businesses that hire space. So there's actually around about 20 people employed full and part-time on the site, purely because the social enterprise exists. And there's not a lot of jobs in this area, so it's an immense benefit.
We're the only type of community hub in this area, and the type of programs and activities that we provide, there's nothing available in this local community for it. And it would mean people travelling to the likes of Letterkenny, to Derry, to Buncrana, which isn't going to happen and would further add to feelings of isolation.
We want to make our communities as attractive as any other community to live in. If we can provide the service and facilities that those people require to live in this community and function as normal citizens and enjoy their living and their growing up and their recreation, then that is a worthy cause which social economy and social enterprise can deliver.
I think becoming aware of what's out there is one of the fundamental pieces on this. I think that we need to see what's on offer in our local area and then engage in the activities. Bring your children along, there are activities, a range of activities that these social enterprises provide. They go to a lot of, an extent of work in order to provide some really quality programs. I think it's a sector that can really fill in the cracks that they're not dealing with. And I do think that it needs to be written into policy that social enterprise is a very valid sector and it is that connector between state and community.
To see someone, for example, who maybe came in here to start a training programme that you had tailor-made or a training programme that you got funding for, to see them then move on and then get a full-time job and come back in, and it's really rewarding and it's 100% part of why we do this job.
I think I found myself in the career path that I followed because, of that sort of vocational attraction.
For me, the positive impact that it makes on your own personal life, that the work that you do, the feel-good factor for yourself, that's just indescribable. In terms of job satisfaction, there's no greater job satisfaction than working within a social enterprise sector where you can change things really quickly, you can create, an awful lot of impact as well, and that is incredible.
I think working in a social enterprise and working in this type of community development role within your local community is very rare. I personally have worked in community development in lots of different areas, and to be able to actually do it where I live is really rewarding. Also, I think the people that you work with in these type of social enterprises all have the same common goal of helping their community, and it creates a really cohesive team.
Social enterprise is something you have to be passionate about. I don't think it's a job that you get into. I got here by accident. I got here because I love this area, and the reason that I'm in this job now, I've been here for 4 years, is because I want to be here to deliver for this area.
I think it is definitely for the sense of greater good. There's been huge satisfaction for us as a committee to have regenerated and established it as the resource centre that it is now in Carndonagh, and so many people have had the benefit of that. And there's just great satisfaction personally for everybody involved in the committee to have been part of that, I think.
Yeah, it's about that sense of contributing to society and your community.
Yeah, I love to work with the Exchange because of the people that we work with, and to see the real difference you can make in someone's life, whether it is giving them a food parcel or welcoming them to a family meal on Christmas Day and making them feel that they're valued and welcome.
And it's probably similar to that satisfaction that healthcare workers get when a positive comes out of an action.
We have some wonderful community leaders out here in Inishowen. We're very lucky with the community sector that we have here in Inishowen. So we need to have some sort of a succession plan for that. We need to look at new leaders coming forward. We need to expose the opportunities that the social enterprises have and what they're bringing to the community. And it's that quality of life piece that's become more and more important as well for people.
So the challenges we face as a social enterprise are, I suppose, lots of businesses at the minute, they're struggling with costs, heat and electricity, and we're in the same situation, but lots of the activities that we deliver, we would struggle to increase the prices. So we're working in an area with lots of elements of deprivation, so we're very restricted in how much income we can actually generate from the activities we deliver.
Our biggest challenge would be funding. We have to work on a really tight budget.
We're a voluntary group of people who just come together and bring our skills together the best we can. But you're always learning, having to learn new skills. The applications are sometimes difficult.
You know that we're all here to help one another. We all have the same challenges, the same struggles. So it's really good to share those with one another, especially in the peninsula. And you know, things maybe that work for us could equally work just as well in Moville or Clonmany or Buncrana. So I think it's really important that we do share those ideas. And that's why the Inishowen Social Enterprise Network, ISEN, has been really, you know, important over the last few years, because it gives us that platform where we can share ideas, you know, support one another in terms of, you know, funding opportunities and events and those types of things.
To be able to pick up the phone and ask anybody whatever is such a great asset to have, and was extremely important through COVID, and where there was a lot of fear, and but it was the help there was invaluable, really.
We've been involved with ISEN, Inishowen Social Enterprise Network, since it was established. We used to meet very informally different community centres and family resource centres around Inishowen to discuss issues around funding or different activities that we were looking to run. IDP became involved and formalised, and they've been providing us with great administrative support. They also bring in experts who've got expertise in areas such as funding, marketing and other activities that we wouldn't individually be able to access. Yeah, one of the benefits of ISEN is that we can share information about what funding is available. It's very hard to keep on top of that. So sometimes we would apply individually for funding which we would have been told about by another community group. But sometimes we become aware of funding that's available, and we would actually run joint projects. So all the community groups or the social enterprises in Inishowen would work together.
We believe that Inishowen can be a centre of excellence for the Sustainable Development Goals. I think that the SDGs are written and embedded in policy going forward, and in order to have your social enterprise at that level and be taken seriously, I think that we need to be taking the SDGs on board. One of the projects that we're involved with in here with IDP is the Changemakers project, and one of the actions within that is a sustainability passport. We have piloted this in some ways with some of the social enterprises to really good success. I think that the sector itself leans very closely to promoting the SDGs.
We strive to prevent inequalities by making all of our programmes accessible and available to everybody. We promote circular economy with our on-site goodies news shop and book exchange.
Well, goal number 4 is education and improving education, and we do provide an education service. Responsible consumption and production, we do aim with our cafe and with our packaging and, you know, our coffee cups and stuff to try and have them as ecological and eco-friendly and environmentally friendly as possible.
I think the local community they do appreciate what all the social enterprises are doing. just not sure that maybe they fully understand what a social enterprise is, you know. So I think, you know, that's why you know, the Arise program is so important, you know, so that people realise that by supporting the likes of Spree, you know, that any profits then are reinvested in services, you know, so that by helping, you know, by maybe buying something in Fido or attending a children's summer camp, that you're then maybe helping another child with a disability access our service as well.
I mean, the IDP are the leading light, and that they've done so much for us all. I would hate to have been done this job without them.
My interpretation of social enterprises is that they are businesses that support people. They have a social mission. So basically what it is they develop their programs around a need in a local area, and then any profits, if there are any profits, are reinvested back into that social mission and purpose. I think each of the social enterprises, certainly the ones that we work with here in the Inishowen Peninsula, each of them have a very significant contribution to play.